This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome to the X Sports Network. I'm AJ Good, getting ready to bring you all this exciting action across Lawrence County. Tonight, the Wildcats are at home taking on Athens. Loretto is on the road at Richland, and Summertown visits an old rival in Collinwood. Let's check out all of these girls and boys matchups heading into tonight. Starting first with Lawrence County, who will be at home in the Ralph taking on Athens, Alabama. The Lady Cats are 6-1 on the season, and the Wildcat boys are a perfect 6-0. The Golden Eagle girls are 1-3, while the boys are 2-0. The two met up last year in Athens as Lawrence County completed the sweep with the girls winning 48-16 and the boys at the buzzer 63-61. Now over to Loretto, who will hit the road to take on Richland. Both Mustang squads are 5-1, while the Raider girls are 4-0 and the boys are 5-0. Looking at the history since 2001, the Loretto girls lead 5-0 and the Mustang boys lead 8-3. Here's what Loretto has to say heading into tonight's games.
They have a lot of respect for Coach Lovelace and their basketball program. They're always hard-nosed, always good rebounding teams, always good defending teams, as well as coached as anybody in our area. So it's a game that we'll always probably play them because of the mutual respect that we have for each other. So we got them twice this year and looking forward to it.
Coach Hall does a great job. They always have one kid who can shoot the lights out, and they're aggressive and tough, and we'll have to be ready to give our best effort. On
the other side of the county in Summertown, where they will visit an old district rival in Collinwood, the Lady Eagles are 5-3, while the boys are 6-2. The Trojanettes are 1-4, while the Trojan boys are 0-5. Looking at the series since 2001, the Lady Eagles lead 40-11, and the Eagle boys lead 33-15. Here's what Summertown has to say heading into tonight's games.
It is. And Collinwood's a tough place to play, so it's going to be tough. You know, we can't pay attention to the result the first time; they weren't healthy. So it'll be a different atmosphere, and it'll be a lot tougher than it was the first time we played them.
Tip-off for the girls' games are coming up in just a few minutes. Be sure to check out all the highlights coming up tonight on The Final Score.
This is the X Sports Network. Going the distance with local sports, covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the X Sports Network.
Lawrence County has faced off with a team from the state of Alabama. Their two previous matchups have come up against Rogers. Both sides sweeping those doubleheaders, once here and once on the road at Rogers. As both sides have finished up their pregame warm-ups, the big gold machine playing in the background. Getting everyone excited for tonight's doubleheader going on here at the Ralph. Lawrence County will be wearing their white uniforms with gold numerals outlined in purple. Athens will be wearing their black uniforms with white numerals outlined in gold. Athens, for those of you listening on the radio, will start off going from left to right. Lawrence County will be going from right to left. Crowd's starting to pile in here at the Ralph tonight. Getting off, everyone getting some dinner in their bellies, getting off work, and getting ready to start this thing off here at the Ralph tonight. Also, we got Loretto on the road at Richland for girls and boys action, and Summertown and Collinwood. But first, we will pause for the invocation and the national anthem.
Great food is just a short drive to Heine's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Heine in town. When you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Heine Shine lemonade, and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Heine sauces, snacks, and more. Heine's Barbecue, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg. Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best. Got primary.
Whether you're looking to spruce up the interior or exterior of your home or business, trust Lawrenceburg Glass to provide a one-of-a-kind product. From windows to mirrors, shower doors, custom framing, storefront installations, and everything in between, Lawrenceburg Glass takes pride in our quality craftsmanship and strong attention to detail. With us, your customer experience always exceeds expectations. We're reliable, on time, and we deliver stunning results. Lawrenceburg Glass. Our passion is reflected in our work.
This is the good life.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at the Ralph just after the invocation and the national anthem. Taking a look at both starting lineups here for Athens and Lawrence County. Starting first with the Golden Eagles, you'll have Sam Townsend, Shaylin Kroon, Kaylee McEwen, Jordan Bailey, and Kristen Johnson. On the other side for Lawrence County, you'll have Cammie Pigg, Katie Criswell, Emmy Clark, J.C. Scott, and Sadie Grace Cole. That will be the starting five for the Lady Cats. As stated earlier, Lawrence County wearing their white uniforms, gold numerals outlined in purple, going from right to left. Athens wearing their all-black uniforms, white numerals outlined in gold. They'll be going from left to right. Crowd starting to pile in here. Student section out in full force already for this girls-boys doubleheader going on tonight. Again, Lawrence County coming in at 6-1 on the season. Athens coming in on a much improved 5-4. This game wasn't much of a contest a year ago when they met up at Athens in their brand new, very beautiful facility. Lady Cats winning that one convincingly, 48-16. Looking for another good defensive performance, just like they put on at Rogers. They put on here on Tuesday night against Giles County. Both starting lineups have been introduced, and now it's time for some high school girls basketball here on the X Sports Network. As both sides with their final huddles before the start of this game, getting ready to tip this thing off. Lawrence County's on the court, so is Athens, and now we are ready to go. All right, both teams on the court. The officials are ready. Both starting fives are ready. Whistle blows. Now it's time for Lady Cat basketball here on the X Sports Network. That ball is tipped off into the hands of Sam Townsend. She'll dribble out of traffic and now bring it up the court. Hands it over to Johnson. Johnson will walk it across the timeline. Lawrence County in a matchup zone to start things off. Townsend tries to throw it down low, and that one is dribbled off of the shins of Jordan Bailey. Now a fight for it will end up in a jump ball, and Lawrence County will come up with it. Press will be put on here by the Golden Eagles. J.C. Scott to take it out of bounds. Will throw it into Emmy Clark. Clark will send it back to Scott, sends it over to Pig on the other sideline. Back to Scott, back to Pig, who'll get it across the timeline. Now over to Katie Criswell. Criswell drives, open layup up and in. Lawrence County off to a good start here at 2-0. Coming back the other way with it is Bailey. Bailey with it across the timeline in the man-to-man, guarded by Sadie Grace Cole. Now throws over to Johnson. Johnson will dribble out here near the Lawrence County logo. She's guarded by Cammie Pig, sends it back to Johnson. Johnson will throw it down low to McEwen in the paint. Will kick it back out to Johnson for an NBA range three. Back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. Will be another jump ball eventually, and that one will stay with Athens. So a couple of tie-ups to start things off. Just a minute, 1 second in. Lawrence County leading it 2-0. Townsend to take it out of bounds here for the Golden Eagles. Throws an inside to an open Johnson. Throws her shot off the glass, no good. But Shaylin Kroon is there for the offensive rebound and the putback. And we're tied up at 2. Cammie Pig with it across the timeline, gets it over to Criswell. Criswell dribbles at the Lawrence County logo, facing the man-to-man as well. She'll dribble and drive. Loses control, kicks out to Cole. Cole with it beyond the three-point line, now at the Pig straight away. Pig will get a screen from Scott, dribble out, sends it over to Scott at the wing. Scott sends it down low to Clark. Clark powers away, nice move up, and she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul will go on Jordan Bailey. That's her first. First foul for either side at 6:28 here in the first quarter. First free throws here for either side. Shot up by Clark is nothing but net. No subs waiting at the table for either side. Next shot from Clark on its way, and that one's in. She hits them both. Her first points. Lawrence County retakes the lead at 4-2. Press now put on here by the Lady Cats, but Johnson will get it across the timeline with speed. She drives. She'll pull up for the jumper. Can't get that one to go. Rebound is Bailey. Bailey now into the hands of McEwen. McEwen dribbles out here at the wing, sends it back here to Bailey. She'll try corner three. Front iron, no good. Rebound, J.C. Scott. Scott will bring it back the other way here for the Lady Cats. Hits Cole. Cole will try a three in transition. Off the back iron, no good. And the ball bounces a couple times after a good box out, but it'll come back the other way. Johnson with it here in transition. A nice pass here to Kroon. Kroon can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound and gets that one in. She's got all 4 points so far here for the Golden Eagles, and we're tied up at 4 again at 5:45 left here in the first. Pig now over to Clark. Clark will dribble, throws it in to Criswell, and that one's knocked away. This one's coming back, stolen away by Athens. It's Townsend with it across the timeline as Bailey. Bailey fakes a three, now back to Townsend. She'll try a three. Nothing but net. And Wendy Scott's going to call her first timeout of the game. It's a 30-second timeout for their team trailing by 3. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back at the Ralph here, Lawrence County trailing Athens 7-4. A good start to the game here for the Golden Eagles. They forced a pair of Lady Cat turnovers and turned them in the points. Pig with it, sends it back to Emmy Clark, facing the press now over to Scott. Scott back to Clark. Clark will send it to Scott over the timeline, now over to Criswell. Criswell right-handed layup off the glass and in. Good finish there from Criswell. She's got 4, and it's a 1-point Golden Eagle lead. Coming back the other way is McEwen. McEwen now to Bailey. Bailey drives into the paint, loses it into the hands of Emmy Clark. Clark now the other way to J.C. Scott. Scott picks up her dribble, throws it down low to Clark off of her hands, and tipped. into Kaylee McEwen. Another turnover, third by the Lady Cats. Bailey with it across the timeline now to Johnson. NBA range 3, air ball. Rebound by Katie Criswell. Criswell now coming the other way. She gets it across the timeline. Has an open J.C. Scott, gets it to her. Scott now facing the man-to-man here from the Golden Eagles. Sends it over to Criswell. It's a 7-6 Athens lead. Now over to Emmy Clark at the top of the key. Now to Sadie Grace Cole in the corner. Cole dribbles out of pressure and walks. Tried to go backdoor to Cammie Pigg. Make that now 4 turnovers here by the Lady Cats in the first quarter. Clock stops at 4:28 left here in the first as Townsend will inbound into Johnson. Lawrence County here with the man-to-man matchup zone. Johnson will throw it down low to McEwen in the paint. McEwen turns. Will try a jumper off the glass. No good. Gets her own rebound. Her shot is up. No good. She's fouled in the process, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That will go against Katie Criswell, her first, team's first. Now a pair of free throws coming up here for Kaylee McEwen. First shot on the way and rolls it in. Her first points of the game. Now a 2-point Golden Eagle lead. Golden Eagles now with 4 offensive rebounds already here in the first quarter. Next shot from McEwen. She hits them both. Her first points, Athens gets her lead back out to 3 at 9-6. Cammie Pigg with it here, trying to break the press. Sends in the Scott up the middle. Scott drives, right-handed layup, can't get it to go. Rebound Bailey. Bailey now being trapped, throws it out to Johnson. Johnson with it now across the timeline, comes ahead with speed. Left-handed layup, nice shot and in. Johnson's first points, Athens now leads at 11-6. Criswell with it across the timeline off of Clark's hands. That's going to be stolen away by Townsend. Townsend now coming back with it, throws it over to Bailey. Bailey now inside to McEwen, and that one fought for and won by Katie Criswell, and that's going to be a foul against Bailey. Bailey's going to pick up her second. Both fouls so far here. Now a pair of subs coming in. It's going to be Peyton Morgan and Harley Johnson. Checking out will be Emmy Clark and Sadie Grace Cole. Sub also for the Golden Eagles, Zaria Lloyd, will come in for Bailey. Bailey checks out with 2 fouls. Criswell with it in the man-to-man. She'll drive left-handed layup, no good. She's fouled on the way up, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Criswell's been very effective in that so far. That will go against McEwen, her first, team's third. A pair of free throws coming up here for Katie Criswell. Both sides perfect from the line so far. Shot up from Criswell, knocks it down. Clock stops at 3:29 left here in the first. Next free throw here from Criswell on its way. She hits them both. 11-8 is the Athens lead. Criswell with 6 points so far here in the first quarter. Johnson here to walk it across the timeline for the Golden Eagles. Throws it over to McEwen. McEwen now over to Townsend. Townsend gets it down low, and that was a clear walk there by Zaria Lloyd. Make that now 4 turnovers here against the Golden Eagles. Facing the press, Criswell inbounds into Johnson. Johnson walks it across the sideline. Now over back to Criswell. Sends it back to Johnson. Johnson walks it across the timeline, and her pass is deflected and intercepted by Lloyd. Now 6 turnovers by the Lady Cats. Townsend with it, and she'll get it across the timeline. Man-to-man put on by Lawrence County. Townsend throws it down low to McEwen. That one's intercepted by J.C. Scott. Now 5 turnovers against Athens. Scott comes back with it the other way as Cammie Pigg in the corner. Sends it back to Scott. Scott drives into the paint, spins, picks up her dribble out to Peyton Morgan. Morgan just beyond the 3-point line, drives to the baseline, sends it back out to Katie Criswell. Criswell guarded by McEwen. She drives, step-back jumper, and rolls that one in. Nice job by Katie Criswell. She's got 8 points so far, 8 of the 10. It's a 1-point Golden Eagle lead, 2:30 left here in the first. Johnson with it across the timeline for the Golden Eagles. Facing the trap, gets it to Lloyd. Lloyd throws it over to McEwen, now back to Johnson. Johnson will drive into the paint. Left-handed runner, can't get that one to go. Rebound, J.C. Scott. Scott sends it over to Pigg, who rushes it across the timeline. Pigg drives, throws up a shot, almost banked it in. Rebound, Peyton Morgan goes up, and she's fouled. It's the first offensive rebound of the game for Lawrence County. And now going to pick up the foul is Lloyd. She'll pick up her first, team's fourth. And now Caprice Tucker is going to call a timeout for Athens. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at the Ralph, Peyton Morgan at the line to shoot a pair of free throws, and she'll knock down the first. Sophie Cole's into the game for Cammie Pigg. And also checking in for Shaylin Kroon is Carrie Glasper. Morgan hits 1 of 2, and we're tied up here at 1. Tied up at 11, excuse me. Glasper with it being trapped. That pass almost intercepted by Sophie Cole into the hands of Townsend. Now over to Johnson. Johnson drives into the paint. Her runner can't get it to go. Rebound comes out to J.C. Scott. Scott will rush back the other way across the timeline, goes into the paint, tries a pull-up jumper, can't get it to go, and we're going to get a rebound here against Kaylee McEwen. A foul, against Kaylee McEwen. Fouling Peyton Morgan from behind. She picks up her second. That's the team's 5th. Lawrence County take it out of bounds. We do have a sub coming into the game. Kroon will now checking for McEwen. Scott to take it out of bounds. 1:41 left here in the first. Scott looking for somebody. Lobs it in to Peyton Morgan just beyond the three-point line over to Criswell. Criswell guarded by Lloyd, and she'll bounce it back out. Has it at the Lawrence County logo. Sets up the play. Gets a screen from Scott. Sends it back to Scott straight away. She'll try a 3. Knocks it down. First points for J.C. Scott. Lawrence County retakes the lead at 14-11. Johnson now to walk it across the timeline for the Golden Eagles. Sends it over to Townsend. Townsend back to Scott at the wing. Now to Townsend at the other wing. Lobs it in to Lloyd. Lloyd gives it to Townsend. Left-handed layup up and in. A good little give and go there. Townsend's got 5, and the lead's down to 1. Scott comes back with it the other way. Goes into the paint. Throws up a right-handed layup up and in. 5 straight from J.C. Scott, and the lead's back out to 3 at 16-13. 50 seconds left here in the first. Johnson across the timeline, tries a pull-up jumper off the back iron, no good. Rebound won by J.C. Scott. Scott now coming the other way. Nice pass to Katie Criswell. Reverse layup, can't get it to go. Rebound Lloyd. Now to Johnson. And Johnson will walk it across the timeline with 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. She's guarded by Sophie Cole. And loses that one, has to pick up her dribble, throws it over to Townsend. Now back to Johnson. Lloyd going to set up the screen, but doesn't take it. Now drive, throws it out to Townsend. I thought it was tipped by Criswell. It wasn't. Amy Clark will check back into the game as J.C. Scott will check out. Make that now 6 turnovers against the Golden Eagles so far. 6 turnovers for each side. Criswell will get it here with 17 seconds left in the quarter. She'll get it across the timeline. Play set up now. Criswell's just going to drive. Right-handed layup off the glass and in. Criswell already in the double figures with 10. 3 seconds left. Townsend coming the other way. Shot just inside the three-point line. Misses, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Lawrence County, after trailing early, storms back. They lead at 18-13 after 8 minutes of play. We'll have the start of the second quarter when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Rent-Right Equipment has all the tools you need to get the job done. From bobcats to trenchers to augers to lifts, we have a large variety of equipment for every project, big or small. Need a new mower? We have you covered there too. With great brands Hustler and Big Dog, Rent-Right is ready to serve all your equipment needs. Call today and reserve your equipment from Rent-Right Equipment in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North, or visit lawrenceburgflooringandmore.com.
And back at the Ralph, Lawrence County, after trailing by as many as 5 in the first quarter, stormed back to take the lead after the end of 8 minutes. They lead this one 18-13 as we get ready to start the second quarter. On fire so far in this one is Katie Criswell. She leads all scorers with 10 points. Cami Pig, who just checked back into the game, will send it in to J.C. Scott. Scott now to Emmy Clark. Clark drives, picks up her dribble, left-handed layup up and in. Great take there by Emmy Clark. She's got 4 points, leads out the 7 at 20-13. Johnson now over to Bailey, just checks back in the Johnson. Looks like the original starting lineup in for the Golden Eagles. Got 2 of them playing with 2 fouls. McEwen with an inside. Fight for the loose ball, and the foul will go on Peyton Morgan. Peyton picks up her first, team's second. Taking it out of bounds to the right of her basket will be Sam Townsend. Townsend looking for somebody, throws it into Bailey. Bailey has it near the Lawrence County logo. Sends it over to Johnson. Man-to-man put on here by the Lady Cats. Now throws it over to Johnson. Looks like a matchup zone here. And it's sent to Townsend, knocked out of bounds by Peyton Morgan. Stays with the Eagles, 42 seconds in here to the second quarter. Townsend gets it in the Bailey, now back out to Johnson. Johnson with it here at the deep wing. Throws it over to Bailey. Bailey now to Townsend in the corner. She'll drive the baseline, loses it off of her shins. Out of bounds to Lawrence County. Make that now 7 turnovers by the Golden Eagles. 7:10 remaining here in the first half. Lawrence County leading by 7. Sadie Grace Cole back into the game. Gets the inbounds. Now over to Clark. Now to Cami Pig. They got it to Cole. She'll step back for 3. Can't get the friendly bounce, but an offensive rebound here by Emmy Clark. Sends it back out to Cole. Cole will drive. Runner in the lane. Can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound by Lawrence County. Cole this time looking for somebody. Can't find anybody, and finally gets it out to Emmy Clark. Clark drives into the paint. Nice pass to Peyton Morgan. That was a flop. I can see that from a mile away. This is what's wrong with officiating. She would have won an Oscar on that one. Goodness freaking gracious. Charge called against Peyton Morgan, her second, team's third. As McEwen checks out, Lloyd will check back in for the Golden Eagles. I mean, you just got to call it like it is, folks. That one's pretty obvious. Johnson now will walk it across the timeline here for the Golden Eagles. Sends it over to Bailey. Bailey with it, the wing. Doesn't take the screen from Lloyd. Now eventually does. Tries a long jumper just inside the three-point line. Lloyd's going to win the rebound. Now over to Townsend in the corner. Back to Lloyd. Off the glass. Gets that one to go. Lloyd with her first points of the game. And the lead's down the 5 at 20-15. Press put on by Athens. Cole, long pass over to Pig. And that one's overthrown into the hands of Kroon. 8 turnovers now by the Lady Cats. Townsend with it the other way. Tries a three-pointer, no good. Rebound won by Cami Pig. Pig now out to J.C. Scott. She'll get across the timeline. Her pass to Peyton Morgan. Off the glass, no good. But Lloyd's going to pick up the foul. Lloyd's going to pick up her second, team 6, and now Peyton Morgan with a pair of free throws. Lady Cats 5 of 6 from the line so far. Morgan's 1 of 2. First shot on its way, and she knocks it down. Subs coming in. Harley Johnson will come in for Sadie Grace Cole. McEwen will come in for Lloyd. As trading a 2-foul person for a 2-foul person. Next free throw from Morgan. Can't get it, that one to go. Offensive rebound won by Emmy Clark, and they called it right. She stepped out of bounds and then came back in with it. Criswell now will check into the game as Peyton Morgan will check out. 21-16 is a Lawrence County lead, 5:45 remaining here in the first half. Johnson with it across the timeline over to Townsend. Now over to Johnson, back to Bailey at the wing. Bailey guarded by Pig in the matchup zone, drives, kicks out to Townsend. Townsend now to Kroon. Kroon will drive the baseline, kicks in the Johnson in the corner for three. Off the front iron, no good. Offensive rebound, won by Townsend. Now back out here to Bailey, straight away for three. Rolls it in. Jordan Bailey with her first points of the game. And the lead's down to three at 21-18. Back and forth we go. Scott now over to Criswell. Criswell steps back here, guarded by McEwen. Now over to Sky with it, the Lawrence County logo. They reset the play here for Lawrence County, and they hand it over to Criswell. Criswell now back over to Scott. Scott with it straight away. And tries to go backdoor to Criswell. We'll send it down low to Clark. Clark goes up and under. Left-handed layup. Nice move. Can't get it to go. And we're going to foul against Harley Johnson for pushing from behind. Johnson will pick up her first. Team's fourth. Pair of subs now coming in. As Glasper and McEwen will come in, and Bailey and Johnson will check out. Marley Hedgepeth also in the game as well as Townsend comes across the timeline. 4:40 remaining in the first half, a 3-point Lawrence County lead. Townsend dribbles out of traffic, goes into the paint, stops, gets her pass deflected out to Glasper. Glasper over to Townsend. Townsend now inside to Hedgepeth. Now to Kroon just beyond the three-point line at the wing. Throws it down low to McEwen. McEwen drives, walk, miss, but out to Kroon for three. Off the corner, no good. Rebound, J.C. Scott. Scott with a lot of rebounds so far here in the first half. Gets it across the timeline for the Lady Cats. Scott kicks out to Johnson, fakes the three, drives into the paint. Runner goes up. It's blocked by Hedgepeth. Fight for the ball. Both sides going for it. And Lawrence County comes up with it. Criswell misses the early shot. That one goes back up and in. Offensive rebound, the fourth of the game. First, second chance points of the game for the Lady Cats. Criswell now with 12. Lawrence County leads at 23-18. Had a lost shoe there in the process. They got the shoe back on, but we're going to have a sub here as Kristen Johnson's going to check back in. And checking out will be Sam Townsend. Criswell with 12. Lawrence County up 5. We are halfway through the second quarter. Johnson gets the inbounds from Kroon. She'll walk it across the timeline. Picks up her dribble over to Kroon. Trap put on here by Lawrence County. Kroon dribbles to the sideline. Sends it back to Johnson. Johnson dribbles out of traffic. Throws it down low to Glasper. Glasper's shot is up and in. Her first points leads down the three, 23-20. Scott comes quickly with it the other way. Will pull up for three. Off the back iron, no good. It's the wires above the bucket. And that will go to Athens. 3:32 remaining here in the first half. Johnson coming with it the other way. She crosses the timeline for Athens. Throws it over to Glasper. Glasper back to Johnson. Now over to McEwen. McEwen over to Johnson straight away. Now over to Glasper. Looks like a 2-3 zone put on here by the Lady Cats. They throw it now into the corner to Kroon. Back to Glasper. Glasper over to Johnson straight away. Johnson dribbles. Kicks it out to Glasper. She'll try a three from the wing. Knocks it down. She's got 5 straight points, and we're tied up at 23 under 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Back and forth. Been a good game here from both sides. Scott with it the other way, facing the man-to-man from the Golden Eagles. Throws it in to the free throw line to Criswell. She'll drive. Picks up, kicks it in to Clark. Clark goes off the glass, up and in. Clark's got 6. Lawrence County retakes the lead, 25-23. Kroon sends it back to Johnson, and Johnson will walk it across the timeline here for the Golden Eagles. Johnson dribbles, throws a long pass over to McEwen in the corner. McEwen throws it down low to Hedgepeth. That one is stolen away by Katie Criswell. Criswell coming with it the other way. Now 8 turnovers by the Golden Eagles. Criswell, pull-up jumper. Off the front iron, no good. Offensive rebound won by Emmy Clark. Now to J.C. Scott. Scott, now to Johnson. She'll try a three. Off the corner iron, no good. Rebound, Hedgepeth. Now over to Johnson, and they're going to work it the other way. Under 2 minutes left to go here in the half. Glasper with it. Now back to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Pig. It's a screen from Hedgepeth. She'll drive into the paint. Goes up, and we're going to get a travel called against Johnson. Now 9 turnovers against the Golden Eagles. Sophie Cole will come into the game for Harley Johnson. Townsend and Bailey will check back in for the Golden Eagles. McEwen and Kroom will check out. Katie Criswell to walk across the timeline. Minute 35 left to go here in the first half. Criswell facing the man-to-man will drive. Hands it over to Cole. Cole with it at the top of the key now to J.C. Scott. Scott drives. Tries to get it back out to Criswell, now does. Criswell with it at the free throw line. Now over to Scott, to Cole. Cole fakes the three, drives, kicks out the Pig just beyond the three-point line at the wing. She'll bring it back out. Throws it down low here to Scott in the paint. Scott up and under, can't get it to go. Rebound Edgebeth. Coming with it the other way is Townsend. Minute left here in the half. Townsend here dribbles to her right. Now hands over to Johnson. Johnson now kicks out to Glasper. 50 seconds left in the half. Now out to Johnson at the logo. Sends it over to Townsend. Townsend will try a deep three. Back iron, no good. Rebound, won by Bailey. Bailey will kick it back out to Johnson, and Johnson will dribble it back out. Now Townsend will try a straightaway three. No good. Rebound, Sophie Cole. Now over to Katie Criswell here with 30 seconds left in the half. Criswell has at the Lawrence County logo. They set up the play. She picks up her dribble. Now over to Emmy Clark. Clark out to Scott. Scott here with 15 seconds left here in the half. Looks like they might be playing for the final shot. Now over to Criswell. Criswell at the free throw line. Now back out to Scott, over to Cole in the corner. Cole back out to Scott. She'll try an NBA range three. Off the corner iron, no good. Rebound Townsend. 2 seconds left. Townsend won't be able to get out, and that will be the end of the first half. Lawrence County leads this one 25-23 after 16 minutes of play. When we return, we'll have head boys coach Joe Wilson for his halftime interview. It's coming up next here on the X Sports Network.
For the best at-home care in Lawrence County, the Summit at Home is the right company for you. We have a friendly staff over 25 that is trained, educated, and qualified to help with all your needs within your household. Our non-medical services include transportation, housework, dressing, and companionship. We are also covered by most long-term care providers. For more information, please call 931-762-2310.
Tired of driving into the city every time you need appliances, furniture, or heck, just about anything? Next time, stay local and come to Swap and Shop Center. We have everything you want, from computers to furniture, major appliances, lawn and garden tools, electronics, you name it. Our #1 goal is to get you the items you need at a price you can afford. We even offer 120 days same as cash financing. We won't be undersold. We specialize in service after the sale. We pick up where everyone else leaves off. Swap and Shop Center, family owned and operated in Lawrenceburg for over 61 years.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at the Ralph, we're joined by head boys coach Joe Wilson. And Joe, you guys got a very formidable foe here again tonight here against Athens, a very tough team that comes in playing very well at this point.
Yeah, Coach Anderson does a really good job. This is his second or third year, I believe, at Athens. And they come in there undefeated. And he's got a really good team. We played them this summer, and it was they beat us pretty good. We had 2 or 3 kids gone, but he's got a very good team. It'll be a huge challenge. But hey, it's not a district game. It's going to prepare us, on down the road to play good teams, and it's just another challenge that we have to rise up and meet.
Got a lot of depth on your team, a lot of guys who have stepped up here lately. What have you liked out of your guys that's really impressed you in these first few games?
Well, just like what you just said, they've stepped up. You know, it's been somebody different pretty much every night. Now, we've had kids have been consistent, but generally, you know, one night to the other, there's going to be somebody that didn't get double figures the game before that gets, you know, 10, 15, maybe 20 the next night. But they all just step up and do their part, you know, what we need them to do, and they've done that really well and trying to play the way we want to play and, you know, just getting better each day. And, you know, I feel like we've done that so far. And again, of course, you never know. You know, at some point in time you peak, you play your best game. You don't know when that is till the season's over because you still got games to play. But hopefully, you know, we're going to keep getting better. But they've really done a good job, and you know, I've been pleased with how they've come along so far.
Got a tough stretch of games coming up. You got tonight. You got a pair of rivalry games next week. Then big tournament coming up the week after that.
Yeah, we've got, you know, we'll find out what we're made of between here and the end of the year. We've got, you know, the game tonight. Then we've got, you know, rivalry week at Loretta. And then Summertown comes here, and then the Christmas tournament the following week. We'll play, and everybody that's in our part of the bracket is as good or better than they were last year. And there's some really good teams. So, you know, again, this is what you try to do to prepare yourself for district play and on down the road. If you want to get there, you want to be tested. Well, we're certainly going to be tested, you know, starting tonight. But like I said, if you're a competitor, you know, you're going to enjoy this kind of games, and you get out here and you just play and see what you got, see what you need to work on, see what you do well, and, you know, go from there. But I think our guys will get after it, and we'll just see what we got as we, you know, take on these games in the coming weeks.
Now, did Luke get his peanut butter and jelly situation taken care of after yesterday?
Yeah, there was something else, something about juice boxes today. You know, I'm not sure about. If I was him, I would have had somebody test that peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah,
before I ate it.
Might have been a little bit of spit in there.
Could have been something in there, but I think he seems fairly satisfied.
And were you able to go home and sleep in your bed last night?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't a problem at all. You know, that's not the first time. It won't be the last that I'll rant. But you know, it is what it is. She knew what she's getting into.
Well, Head Coach Joe Wilson, thank you for stopping by here, and good luck later tonight.
Appreciate it. Go Wildcats.
All right, that was Head Boys Coach Joe Wilson. When we return, we'll recap the first half. Be ready to go here in the second half here on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you, as an employee, a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
Hello. You are watching Kelly's Community Calendar. I'm Kelly Rawson, and the holiday season is in full swing. There are so many events happening across the Tennessee Valley this weekend. Let's go ahead and get started, but I do want to say there is a chance for rain, especially on Saturday. So all of these events are, of course, subject to the weather, but let's go ahead and get started with Saturday. In Giles County, we have Operation Elf. That is at the Pulaski Parks and Rec Center on East College Street. It's from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. and you can enjoy a holiday bazaar full of holiday love for the community. Hopping over to Murray County, the holiday market at Muletown Lumberyard is happening in Columbia from 10 until 6 on Saturday. Santa Claus will even be there for a photo op, and there will be plenty of vendors and tons of fun over there. Heading to Lewis County, Christmas in Hohenwald is happening in the downtown from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. You can enjoy Jeep and carriage rides, some ice skating vendors, and there will be a fireworks show at 8 p.m. Hopping to Hardin County, Christmas on Main is happening once again in downtown Savannah from 5 p.m. until 8:30. You can enjoy ice skating, carriage rides there, as well as crafts and train rides and a lot more. Heading to Lawrence County, happening on Saturday evening is Christmas in the Garden. That's happening at Hope Botanical Garden. That is on Ford Road in Leoma. That's from 5 to 8 p.m. Trees will be set up and you can stroll the garden and enjoy the scenery. Admission for that event is $3. Now let's go ahead to Northwest Alabama. Over in Morgan County, the Downtown Decatur Annual Cookie Walk is happening from 10 until 3 on Saturday. You say cookie and I am in. You can pick up a reusable bag as early as 9:30 and you'll get a map, and then off you go to participating businesses to enjoy your Saturday morning or afternoon. In Lauderdale County, a Debert Christmas is happening at Debert Park in Florence. That is from 1 until 3 p.m. There will be a few readings of A Night Before Christmas, and you can get your photo taken with Santa Claus there as well. In Limestone County, the Sippin' Cider Festival is back this year, and it will be in downtown Athens. It starts at 4 p.m., so you can sip on some cider, and don't forget to vote for your favorite, the best tasting cider of the evening. You can also shop and dine while you're there in the downtown area. Let's go ahead and move on to Sunday. We have a few events happening here in Lawrence County. Acora Christmas is happening from 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. on the square here in Lawrenceburg. You can enjoy lunch, drinks, and crafts and games, and it is all for free. Also happening on Sunday, Painting for a Purpose. That is from 2 until 4 p.m. at the Gandy Volunteer Fire Station 11. That is on West Point Road in Lawrenceburg. It is $35 per person, but you get to take home a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, and all of the proceeds do go right back to the fire department. So a lot of cool events happening this weekend. If you're not already in the holiday season, you will surely be after this weekend with all of these fun events. And if you have any more events happening for the rest of this month or even into 2023, go ahead and send me an email with all of the information of that event. My email address is kelly@tnvalleyweather.com, and you can just let me know what's happening in your community, at your school, at your church, or any organization that you are involved in. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at the Ralph, getting ready to start the second half. Lawrence County leading Athens 25-23. Quick look at the stats. Katie Criswell leading all scorers so far here with 12. Original starting five in for both sides. McEwen with it. The free throw line stolen away by J.C. Scott. Scott coming the other way. Right-handed layup off the glass and in. Scott now with 7. Lawrence County now with 8 points off of 10 Golden Eagle turnovers. 27-23 is the lead, just 20 seconds into the second half. Johnson over to Sam Townsend at the Lawrence County logo. Townsend. Now long pass over to Kroon. Kroon drives the baseline. Kicks out here to Bailey in the corner for 3. Knocks it down. Jordan Bailey's got 6. Leads down the one, 27-26. Scott now ahead to Sadie Grace Cole. Cole back to Scott. She'll try a deep 3. Off the side of the iron, no good. Fight for the rebound down low. It's a jump ball. That will go to Lawrence County. Turnovers even, offensive rebounds even, points off turnovers, second chance point. The only kind of difference between the two in the hustle stats is second chance points. Athens with 9, Lawrence County with 2. Scott gets it out to Criswell. Criswell in the paint, step back jumper. Can't get it to go, rebound Bailey. Bailey lobs this one out to Kroon, who wasn't waiting for it, and throws it out of bounds. Actually hit Kroon in the back of the head and will stay with the Lady Cats. Scott to take it out of bounds here for the Lady Cats over to Katie Criswell, and she'll walk it across the timeline. No press put on here by the Golden Eagles. Scott with it at the top of the key. Throws it over to Cole at the deep wing. Throws it down low to Scott. Scott on the low block. Right-handed shot off the glass. Can't get it to go. Rebound Johnson. Johnson loses that one, but gets kicked out to Bailey. Bailey going to rush back the other way. Bailey over to Kroon. Left-hander layup. No good. Rebound, fought for and won by Kroon. Now to Townsend, over to McEwen. She'll try a 3. No good. Weird bounce comes out to Bailey. Bailey shot in the lane, no good. She knocks it out of bounds. We'll go to Lawrence County. Make that now 9 offensive rebounds by Athens, but Lawrence County still leads by 1 minute and a half here into the third quarter. Criswell now sends it over to Scott. Scott will walk it across the timeline. Now over to Clark. Clark with it at the deep wing beyond the three-point line. Clark over to Scott straight away. Guarded here by Townsend, the man-to-man. Scott kicks out to Criswell. Criswell dribbles at the top of the key, guarded by McEwen. Criswell now over to Cole. Cole throws it down low to Clark. That one's tipped out by Townsend into the hands of Criswell. Now to Cole. She'll try a deep 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound, McEwen. McEwen coming back with it the other way. She's being trapped. She picks up her dribble. Stolen away by Sadie Grace Cole, and they call a jump ball the moment Cole took a dribble with it. That will go to Athens. 5:53 remaining here in the third quarter. Bailey takes it out of bounds. Will send it in to Johnson. Johnson now will walk it across the timeline here for the Golden Eagles. It's like Lawrence County's here in almost like a 1-2-1 zone. Kroon within the corner, back out to Johnson. Swings over to Bailey at the wing. Now back to Johnson at the other wing. Johnson dribbles, drives, would dribble it back out. Throws it down low to McEwen. Stolen away by Emmy Clark. Make that now 12 turnovers by the Golden Eagles. Criswell racing back the other way. Wide open Cammie Pig off the glass. No good. Rebound comes out to Bailey. Bailey gets it across the timeline. Now over to Townsend. Almost stolen away by Cole, and that's a very weak foul. She got all ball on that one. But Cole will pick up the foul. That's her first foul for either side. 5:12 remaining in the third. McEwen kicks out the Kroon in the corner. Over to McEwen. McEwen now out to Bailey. Bailey has it the Lawrence County logo. Swings it over to Johnson. Johnson now over to Townsend. Townsend dribbles out. Now send it back out to the logo. Matchup zone now by Lawrence County. McEwen kicks out here to Kroon. Over to Bailey straight away. She'll try three. Back iron no good. Rebound won by Emmy Clark. Clark over to Scott here in transition. Quickly across the timeline. Scott drives. And we're going to get a block call here against, I believe that's Bailey, and it is. Bailey's going to pick up her third foul, just the first foul against the Golden Eagles here in the first half. They say it's on the floor, which is a good call. Scott wasn't really going up with it. Lloyd will now check into the game for the Golden Eagles. Checking out will be Bailey with her third foul. Scott to take it out of bounds. Lobs it out to Cole. Cole with it straight away over to Pig. Pig dribbles to her right, throws it down low to Clark. Clark powers her way up, gets it up and in. Clark with 9, Lawrence County. And now we're going to get a jump ball call. Good defense there by Scott on the other end. And that goes to Lawrence County. And that will stay with the Lady Cats. Good defense there by J.C. Scott on the back end. Lawrence County leading at 29-26. 4:31 remaining here in the third. Scott takes it out of bounds. Has an open Clark in the corner, but down low to Criswell off the glass. No good. And we're going to get a foul called against Criswell on the over and back. Katie will pick up her second, team second. And Athens will get the ball back. 4:29 remaining here in the third. As Wendy Scott, you can hear from here, imploring her team to pick it up. 3-point Lawrence County lead as Johnson walks it across the timeline. Get a screen from Lloyd. She'll dribble and drive. Kicks out now to Townsend. Townsend drives into the paint. Tough move. Clear walk. Loses it out of bounds to Lawrence County. Either way, it goes into the hands of the Lady Cats. Johnson, Morgan, and Cole will check in. And checking out will be Clark, Pig, and Cole. Sadie Grace Cole, that is. J.C. Scott will walk it across the timeline here for the Lady Cats, facing the man-to-man from Athens, what they've played the whole game. Johnson with it at the deep wing over to Scott straight away. Scott over out to Sophie Cole. Now to Katie Criswell at the wing. Criswell back to Cole. Over to Scott, almost stolen away by Townsend. Scott holds it. Looking for somebody. Now will dribble out. 3:45 remaining in the third. Scott hands over to Johnson. Johnson down low to Criswell. Criswell backs her opponent down. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Peyton Morgan. And now to Criswell in the corner. She'll drive into the paint. Runner in the lane. That one's up and in. Katie leads all scorers with 14. Now we're going to get a timeout here by Caprice Tucker. That's a full timeout with her team trailing by 5. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Make 2022 the year to refresh your home. And who you gonna call to help? Story & Lee, the Tennessee Valley's largest furniture store. We've stocked our 3 acres of showroom and warehouses full of inventory and gotta make room for more arriving daily. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, all from the brands you've told us you love. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story & Lee.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at the Ralph, Lawrence County leading the Athens girls 31-26. Lawrence County's had plenty of open shots here from around the 5 to 1 foot range. Hasn't gotten many to fall here in the second half. However, they lead this one 31-26. Katie Criswell leading all scores with 14. 12 of those came in the first half, but got the last couple points there, hoping that will spring here the rest of the way forward. Athens gets the ball as we come out of the timeout. Caprice Tucker burned her second timeout in her first full timeout. 3:20 remaining in the third. Townsend with it here, facing the matchup zone over to Johnson. Johnson dribbles out over to Townsend. Townsend now back to Johnson at the deep wing. Guarded. Now throws it down low to Lloyd. Lloyd clearly walked, no call, and they finally call it 5 seconds later. Make that 14 turnovers against Athens. Well, they at least got the call right, Ben, 3:05 remaining here in the third as Scott will now walk it across the timeline, make that now 14 turnovers against Golden Eagles. Scott now dribbles to her left, guarded by Townsend. Over to Johnson for an NBA range three. Rattles it home. Her first points. Lady Cats now lead this one 34-26. Townsend now over to McEwen. McEwen throws it over here to Kroon. Deep throw over to Johnson for three. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound, Sophie Cole. Cole will dribble out, now hands over to Katie Criswell. Criswell quickly coming the other way. Floater in the lane, no good. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. McEwen will pick up her third. That's just the second team foul against the Golden Eagles. And Katie will go to the line to shoot two. She's 2 for 2 from the line so far tonight. Team is 6 of 8. First free throw from Katie on its way. And gets a friendly bouncing in. Amy Clark will check back in. Checking out will be J.C. Scott. Yeah, Bailey and Glasper to check in, and McEwen and Kroon will check out for the Golden Eagles. Next free throw from Criswell off the back iron. Rebound will come out to Bailey. Criswell with 15 leads out the 9 at 35-26. Bailey will walk it across the timeline. Over to Johnson. Johnson now back over to Bailey, over to Glasper. Back to Bailey at the wing. And a long pass over to Townsend at the other wing. She fakes the three, steps back, throws it down low to Lloyd. Lloyd turnaround jumper, can't get it to go. Over and back call against Lloyd. Lloyd will pick up her third. That's the team's third here in the second half. 2 of 4 remaining here in the third. Lawrence County leading by 9. Now checking in will be Hedgepeth. She'll come in for Lloyd. Lawrence County's forced 14 turnovers, and so far they've gotten 11 points off of those 14 turnovers as opposed to 5 of 8 by Athens. Criswell now over to Sophie Cole. Cole over to Johnson straight away, fakes the three, throws it over to Criswell. Criswell drives the baseline, pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go, rebound Bailey. Bailey comes with it the other way. She'll get it across the timeline. Drives, pulls up, gets it to go. Bailey leads all Golden Eagles with 8. Criswell quickly the other way. She'll drive, gets out of traffic to Johnson. Johnson spins, kicks out to Cole straight away. Now over to Clark. Clark throws it down low to Peyton Morgan. She powers her way up, shot up, blocked by Hedgepeth, and will stay with Lawrence County. Scott will check back into the game. Checking out will be Katie Criswell. Kroon will check in for the Golden Eagles, and checking out will be Bailey. Bailey playing with those 3 fouls. Minute 24 left in the third. It's a 7-point Lady Cat lead. Scott takes it out of bounds, lobs it in to Peyton Morgan beyond the 3-point line. Morgan now inside to Clark, and Clark is fouled from behind. And that will go against Townsend. She'll pick up her first, team's fourth. Scott will take it out of bounds to the right of the basket. And now we have a timeout here called by Wendy Scott. Be a full timeout, her second timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
What really matters during the ball game, we all want to win. Sometimes we'll lose. But at the end of the day, what really matters is holiness, isn't it? In Leviticus 11 and verse 44, God says, "You be holy, for I am holy." To keep oneself unspotted from the world, James 1 and verse 27, or to be that living sacrifice that is holy and acceptable to God, Romans 12 and verse 1. Are you being that? And that message brought to you by your friends at the Leoma Church of Christ.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at the Ralph, inbounds to J.C. Scott by Sophie Cole. She's fouled on the way up by Glasper. Glasper will pick up his first, the team's fifth. And Scott will go to the line to shoot two. J.C.'s got 7 on the night. Lady Cat 7 of 10 from the line so far. First free throw on its way by Scott. And can't get it to go off the front iron. Next free throw from Scott on its way. And gets nothing but net. She's got 8 points. Lady Cat lead back out to 8 at 36-28. Johnson with it the other way. She'll try a pull-up jumper, and we get a foul call here against J.C. Scott. Scott will pick up her first, the team's third, and Johnson will go to the line to shoot two. Athens has shot just 2 free throws so far tonight. They're 2 of 2 from the line. Pair of Lady Cats waiting at the bench. First free throw from Johnson, gets it in. Be Criswell and Pig the check in. And checking out will be Sophie Cole and Peyton Morgan. So it looks like the original starting lineup, minus Sadie Grace Cole with Harley Johnson in for Lawrence County. Next free throw from Johnson on its way, and she hits them both. She's got 4 points. And now checking into the game for the Golden Eagles will be Kinley Hargrove. She'll come in for Johnson. This is the first action for Hargrove so far in the game. Minute 12 left here in the third. Lady Cats leading at 36-30. Man-to-man waiting on the other side. Long pass from Scott the Pig. Pig down low to Criswell. Fights her way through. Turnaround jumper off the glass and in. What a move by Katie Criswell. She's got 17. Lady Cats lead at 38-30. Townsend with it across the timeline. Facing the matchup zone. Picks up her dribble. Throws it down low to Hedgepeth. Hedgepeth out to Kroon. Kroon drives into the paint. Kicks out here to Hargrove. Hargrove drives a baseline. Long pass intercepted by Emmy Clark. Coming the other way, J.C. Scott. Scott, nice pass. Harley Johnson in the corner for 3. Knocks it down. Johnson with a 6. Lady Cats with her largest lead at 41-30. 25 seconds here remaining in the third. Townsend with it, the Lawrence County logo. Trap comes out now over to Kroon. Kroon throws it back to Townsend with Hills very close to the end line. Now over to Kroon. Kroon picks up her dribble over to Townsend. Townsend drives. Left-hander layup blocked by Katie Criswell coming the other way. Criswell, nice pass to Cammie Pig, but goes off her hands and out of bounds to Athens. That's just the first turnover by the Lady Cats so far here in the second half. Clock stops at 2 seconds remaining here in the third. Kroon to take it out of bounds inside to Townsend. Townsend lost it, and it goes out of bounds to Lawrence County with 0.9 left. So more than likely they're just going to inbound it and let it go. And Townsend's shot is short. So after 3 quarters of play, Lawrence County leads this one 41-30. Well, the start of the fourth. We return here on the X Sports Network.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
This is the X Sports Network.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend. located at 118 West Gain Street next to the courthouse.
Back at the Ralph, starting the fourth quarter, Lawrence County leading 41-30. Bailey with it now. She'll try a deep three for the Golden Eagles. Knocks it down. Bailey in the double figures with 11. And now the lead's down to 8 at 41-33. Criswell's layup is no good. Rebound. That's Lloyd. Lloyd trying to fight through, and it gets it out to Bailey. Bailey now over to Kroon. Over now to McEwen. She'll step back for three. It rattles it home. A great start to the fourth here for the Golden Eagles. Leads down to 5 at 41-36. McEwen now with 5. This Athens team much improved from what we saw a year ago, and they've been showing it all game so far. Criswell dribbles here at the Lawrence County logo. Play put on. Criswell steps back out. She'll drive the baseline now on the low block. Out to Sadie Grace Cole. Cole to Scott. Swings over to Pig. Pig dribbles in the corner. Throws it down low to Clark. And fight for the loose ball. Won by Sadie Grace Cole. Cole steps back now over to Scott. Scott will now dribble it back out. Being guarded closely in the man-to-man. Scott spins in the lane. Kicks out to Criswell. Criswell has at the top of the key. Minute and a half here into the fourth. 5-point Lady Cat lead. They reset the play. Criswell dribbles to her left. Now over to Scott. She'll try a deep three. Front iron no good. Rebound. Fought for him one. We have a jump ball, and that's going to go to Lawrence County. Clock stops at 6:14 left in the game. 41-36 is a Lady Cat advantage. Scott takes it out of bounds. Lobs it into Criswell at the free throw line. Criswell over to Emmy Clark beyond the three-point line at the wing. Over to Scott. Scott throws it down low to Criswell. Criswell, turn around. Jumper off the glass, no good. And she's fouled on the way up, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. That will go against McEwen. That's her fourth, team 6. Criswell go to the line to shoot two. 3 of 4 from the line so far tonight. Lady Cats are 8 of 12. Criswell leading all scorers with 17. First shot on its way. Rattles it home. Very special visitor in the house checking out. Someone's going to be playing for her next year. That's Missy Tiber, the head coach at North Alabama, checking out Criswell, who will be going to North Alabama next season. Criswell hits both free throws. She's got 19. Townsend will check back in as McEwen will check out. 43-36 is a Lady Cav lead as Bailey gets it across the timeline over to Townsend. Matchup zone put on by the Lady Cats. Kroon with it in the corner. She drives a baseline but gets trapped. Her pass, nice catch by Lloyd. Lloyd, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound, Criswell. Criswell here, going to bring it back the other way. Slows it down and dribbles out of traffic and will walk it across the timeline. Guarded by Lloyd in the man-to-man. Throws it down low to Clark. Clark powers away. Kicks out the Cole in the corner for three. Rattles it home. Her first points. Lady Cats with a 10-point lead at 46-30. Johnson now to get it across the timeline for the Golden Eagles. Matchup zone again. It's Townsend with it, guarded by Cole. Townsend dribbles to her right, picks up her dribble, throws over to Johnson. That one's deflected by Cole across the timeline. Johnson racing back the other way. Pull-up jumper. Gets it to go. She's got 6, leads down to 8 at 46-38. 5 minutes left here in the game. Scott over to Criswell across the timeline, and she'll set up the play at the Lawrence County logo. She's guarded by Lloyd here in the man-to-man. Gets a screen from Scott, dribbles to her right, goes into the paint, off the glass and in. Criswell has got 21. Lady Cats leads back out the 10. Johnson with it across the timeline. We'll get a screen here from Lloyd, dribbles to her right. Throws over to Bailey. She'll try a deep three. Front iron, no good. Rebound, Scott. Scott will bring it back the other way. Races across the timeline. Nice pass to Emmy Clark in the paint. Clark dribbles, drives, left-handed layup. Can't get it to go. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. That will go against Kroon. That's her first, a team 7, so Lawrence County in the bonus for the rest of the game. Pair of free throws coming up from Emmy Clark. She's 4 of 4 from the line. Lady Cats 10 of 14. First free throw, nothing but net. Johnson and Morgan into the game. Checking out will be Scott and Cole. McEwen back into the game. And they don't know who she's checking in for. There's 6 Golden Eagles on the court. Someone's got to go out, and that's going to be Townsend. Glasper waiting to come in. All this confusion for nothing. I don't blame Capri Tucker for being upset with that. Next free throw from Clark rattles home, and now Glasper checks in after that for some reason. I don't know. Now we got 2 Golden Eagles going out. They don't know who's checking out at this point. So Clark hits them both. She's in the double figures with 10. The Lady Cats, their largest lead at 12 at 50-38. Johnson with it across the timeline for Athens. Johnson now dribbles, kicks out to McEwen. McEwen drives to the free throw line into the paint, pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound, Katie Criswell. Criswell racing back the other way. Criswell pulls up and will now dribble it out near the Lawrence County logo over to Johnson. Johnson throws it down low to Peyton Morgan. Morgan kicks out the pig straight away. Kicks out to Criswell. Criswell into the paint. Spins. Turnaround jumper. Off the front iron. No good. And a foul from behind, and that will go against Criswell. Katie will pick up her 3rd, the team's 4th. Now coming into the game is Townsend. She'll come in for Lloyd. Johnson with it, 3:48 remaining here in the game. It's a 12-point Lawrence County lead. Johnson now over to Townsend. Townsend now out to Johnson straight away, guarded by Pig. Over to McEwen at the free throw line. She spins in the lane. Fadeaway jumper, no good. And we get a foul called against Criswell. Katie picks up her 4th, team's 5th. And now Sophie Cole to check into the game here for the Lady Cats. Coming out will be Criswell. Clock stops at 3:22 left in the game. Glasper will take it out of bounds. In the corner now to Townsend for 3. Front iron no good. Rebound, Emmy Clark. Excuse me, that was Harley Johnson who gets it to Emmy Clark. She gets it across the timeline. Sends it back out to Johnson. Johnson over to Sophie Cole straight away. They call out the play. 3:15 remaining. Cole now to Clark here at the free throw line. Gets out. She's going to try a jumper. Nothing but net. Clark with 12 leads out the 14, 52-38. Well, she's perfect from the line so far, so not surprised she knocked down that jumper. Under 3 minutes left to go. Johnson with it at the Lawrence County logo. Dribbles to her right. Now we'll get a screen from Bailey. We'll dribble it back out. Throws it over to Bailey. Now back to Johnson. Over to Townsend at the wing. Throws it into McEwen in the paint. McEwen. Swing pass over to Bailey in the corner for 3. Rattles out, no good. Rebound, Kroon. Her shot can't get that one to go. Rebound on Peyton Morgan, and now we're going to get a foul. That will go against Glasper. She'll pick up her 2nd, team's 8th. 1-1 coming the other way for Peyton Morgan. Criswell and Scott the check back in for the Lady Cats. Checking out will be Pig and Clark. Kroon checks back in. Glasper will check out for the Golden Eagles. 1-1 coming up for Peyton Morgan. Morgan 2 of 4 from the line so far tonight. First free throw hits the front end. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by Capri Tucker. It's a full timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
This is the X Sports Network.
And back at the Ralph, Lawrence County leading this one 52-38 here in girls action. Actually 53-38. It's their largest lead of the game. As Capri Tucker burned her final full timeout here of the game. 2:31 remaining. Peyton Morgan at the line for the back end of her 1-1 after she hit the first one. Next shot from Morgan on its way. She hits both ends. She's got 4 points. Lady Cats now 14 of 18 from the line. It's a 16-point lead. Johnson racing back the other way for Athens, over to McEwen. McEwen over to Bailey. Original starting 5 in for Athens. Now to Johnson. Johnson drives. And we're going to get a foul call against Lawrence County. That will go against Sophie Cole. He'll pick up her first, team 6. Next foul by Lawrence County will put Athens in the bonus. No, it's 6. Should be 6. Now checking, I guess it's 7. Checking into the game will be Lloyd and Glasper. And here comes more confusion of who's coming in and who's coming out, which will be McEwen and Kroon. Yes, 6 fouls. Yep. Was wrong on the scoreboard, which is the issue, so it was 6 fouls. Hey, for once I'm right. And now Capri Tucker is arguing her point, and she hasn't been happy with the guys in black and white. Townsend will take it out of bounds. Lobs it in to Glasper. Glasper back to Townsend, fakes the 3, drives the baseline, shot up, and she's fouled. That will go against Peyton Morgan, her 3rd, team 7th. And now a pair of free throws coming up here for Townsend. Athens has been perfect in the game so far, 4 for 4, as opposed to the 18 free throw shot on the other end by Lawrence County. Townsend takes her time for a shot on its way. Can't get it to go. Kroon will now check back into the game. Check it out will be Lloyd. It's free throw from Townsend on its way. Misses that one. Rebound Criswell. Criswell now being guarded by Townsend. Gets away and will race across the timeline with speed. Loses that one, though, into the hands of Glasper. 10 turnovers by the Lady Cats, but just 2 here in the second half, and that's a clear travel by Townsend. So they trade turnovers. 2 minutes left here in the fourth. As looks like the original starting lineup actually... Yeah, the original starting lineup now coming back in here for the Lady Cats. Taking it out of bounds will be J.C. Scott. Even 2 minutes left here in the game. A 16-point Lady Cat lead. Scott throws it down low to Criswell. Criswell, turnaround jumper in the lane. Can't get that one to go. Rebound, Emmy Clark. Clark powers up. No good. And that ball is knocked out of bounds by Glasper and will stay with the Lady Cats. More subs coming in here for the Golden Eagles be Lloyd and McEwen. Checking out will be Kroon and Glasper. Scott will take it out of bounds. They lob it in the Cole. Cole dribbles to the top of the key. Swings over to Clark, now to Pig in the corner. Pig picks up her dribble. Fights out of it. We're going to get a push foul here called. Good sportsmanship there on both sides. That will go against Johnson, her first, team's 9th, so a 1-1 coming up here for Cammie Pig. First free throws on the night for Pig. First one on its way, and she gets it to go. Lawrence County slowly extending their lead. Minute 41 left here in the fourth. Next free throw from Pig. Rattles out, no good. Rebound Bailey. Lady Cats now 15 to 20 from the line. McEwen with it. Step back 3. Off the corner iron, no good. Rebound J.C. Scott. Scott being triple teamed and will now get fouled. Make that now 10 team fouls. And a pair of free throws coming up. Townsend will pick up the foul here second. And now into the double bonus is the Lady Cats. Scott will try to get in the double figures here to join Katie Criswell and Emmy Clark. First free throw from Scott on its way, nothing but net. You got Cabry Tennant and Laney Kate Keene to check in. Sadie Grace Cole and Cammie Pig will check out. Free throw from Scott on its way, nothing but net, and she's in the double figures with 10. Lady Cats now 17, 22 from the line. Johnson races back the other way, minute and a half left, over to Bailey. Bailey will try a deep three. Nothing but net. She has been deadly from beyond the arc. She leads all Golden Eagles with 14. Scott will take it out of bounds. Press put on by the Golden Eagles. It's a 16-point lead at 57-41. Scott did not get it off in time, and that's a 5-second call. Now 11 turnovers by the Lady Cats. Just 3 here in the second half. Clock stops at a minute 12 left in the game. Good defense there by the Golden Eagles. Bailey inbounds in the Townsend, throws over to Johnson near the Lawrence County logo. Dribbles to her right at the top of the key, over to Bailey. Bailey will try another deep three. Front iron no good. Rebound won by Tennant. Over now to Scott. Scott will try to slow things down. She gets it across the timeline. Now being double teamed. Looking for somebody. Can't fight her way out of it. Gets it to Clark. Wendy Scott will call a timeout while giving the official an earful. And we will take that break with him here on the X Sports Network. Let it go, dude.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network.
And back here at the Ralph, Lady Cats leading at 57-41. Just a minute 10 here left in the game. Wendy Scott burned a timeout with some pressure on the other end. Some subs now into the game as McEwen checks out, Hedgepeth in, Glasper is out. Glasper is in, and Bailey is out. No subs on the other side for Lawrence County. Actually, 53.6 seconds remaining. Scott to take it out of bounds. Looking for anybody. Lob pass into Clark. Clark had it on the low block, will dribble out beyond the three-point line. Laney K. King now to J.C. Scott. Scott will bring out the Lawrence County logo now to Clark. Clark just inside the three-point line. Will now dribble, drive, left-handed layup up and in. What a take by Emmy Clark. She's got 14. The lead's out to largest of the game at 18, 59-41. 30 seconds remaining in the game. Townsend with it here for the Golden Eagles. Gets a screen from Hedgepeth, doesn't take it. Drives to the low block. Nice move, up and under, no good. And the offensive rebound, one, and it's going to be Hedgepeth. Tries a shot. Actually, it's foul here against Clark. Free throws coming up here for Athens. Will be on. Hedgepeth gets the foul. It should go to the line for the 1-and-1. Townsend taking her time. First free throw on its way. Off the back iron, no good. And rebound won by Laney Kate King. Golden Eagles now 4-7 from the line. 10 seconds left. Criswell now over to Clark. She'll get across the timeline over to Scott. 5 seconds left. Lawrence County going to dribble this one out. Scott gets out of the pressure, and that will end the game. Lawrence County picks up win number 7 as they improve to 7-1 on the year with a 59-41 win over the Athens Golden Eagles. Leading scorers, Katie Criswell. She finishes with 21. Amy Clark with 14. And J.C. Scott with 10. Coming up in about 15 minutes will be the Lawrence County boys taking on the same Athens squad. That's coming up next here on the X Sports Network.
This is the X Sports Network.